people say, damn, Greta, that comeback was so cold you reversed global warming.
Boom. Got him.
Or she roasted him so hard that she actually made global warming worse.
Could be worse. Could be worse now. So Andrew Tate's attempt at Greta Thunberg burn backfires as she, quote, owns him, it says.
Epically. So,
Epically
he
owns
really
him.
started the beef on Twitter. He provoked her. Here's he posted a picture of him and his Bugatti and captioned it this: "Hello at Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has," and I don't understand any of this terminology. If you're a car guy, you might understand what he's talking about, but I find it incredibly nerdy. "Has a W16 8.0 liter quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 812 Competizone have 6.5 liter V12s. This is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions."
Yeah.
And Greta Thunberg replied, or maybe someone who manages her Twitter replied with a quote tweet: "Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com.
She kind of owns herself because she said that was her email, not his. What she should have said
That
is
was his comeback. But also,
but she said that. That was her response.
Yeah, but then Andrew Tate comes back with a video.
Yes. The video,
where he's
like,
wearing,
he didn't need to do that.
Yeah, he's wearing like this Versace robe, and he starts by like dragging a cigar. And let's just play it. Okay, and
the video.
I felt like the video kind of fell flat. Yeah. Yikes.
Release some greenhouse gases. I'm obviously a stranger to online controversy. It's not something I often do. But now, the mainstream press is commenting on the fact that I was informing Greta that my very extensive car collection with internal combustion engines, which run on dead dinosaurs, have an enormous
I don't think he needed to make the video.
Profile.
No, and it's too long.
And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is, I have small dick energy.
Fake news. It was small dick energy, not I have it.
Strange. I mean, obviously, I don't want to assume her gender. It's 50-50.
Even though that's like the cringiest of all the comebacks these days.
I'm not actually mad at Greta.
There's 72 genders.
And make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you. So I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix.
There's the Matrix. I was waiting for the Matrix to get mentioned.
Someone has sat her down and convinced her to try and convince you to beg your government to tax you into poverty. To stop the sun from being hot. And then, because I called her out on it, the global matrix got this bot farm to like and retweet and all this bot commenting to try and pretend.
I'm getting review bombed.
I think he should have just taken the L. Like I don't think her response was mid. Like as they say, like
they were both mid.
Like the only winners here is us. Like
he did get decisively ratioed though. I think he got like 13,000 retweets and she got 450,000.
Yeah.
Which I don't look, it might be bots, right? But I'm not so sure. And even if it were just bot farming, he did get ratioed. And then his own quote tweet still hasn't reached even close to that.
It's also I think Dustin in the chat was right. I think it's a love story for the ages. I think,
Please no.
Yeah. See, the funny thing
I did guess that though. I guessed like, is he trying to hit on her? Or?
One of my favorite things about this job is originally when I saw this story, I had like an actual take about like, look at this person who like you're taking world advice and like advice on global warming and like public policy from somebody who's making jokes about small dick energy. But that's not the point of this podcast. The point of this podcast is to laugh at stupid people doing stupid things.
I don't think you're supposed to take climate advice from any of these activists. But I think like Greta Thunberg may have a team that runs her socials that tries to make it more like trendy and edgy, and it just doesn't hit always. Like I remember when Donald Trump tweeted about Greta saying she has an anger management problem. Yeah. She changed her Twitter bio, or someone who manages it changed her Twitter bio to a teenager working on anger management issues, currently chilling with a friend, watching an old-fashioned movie. So I don't know. The Twitter comeback game, it's hard to win it, but I think this was a rare W for Greta.
I mean, I don't think either of them won.
She did mathematically.
She may have ratioed him, but I think he got the attention that he wanted, and it's just promotion for his brand.
It promotes her too. Like she's in the news too.
It just I think but I think
I hadn't heard anything about her in a while.
As a capitalist, I think he benefits more from the attention than she does.
Yeah. I also saw that somebody went into Andrew Tate's Wikipedia record and went to his kickboxing record and then added an entry where he lost to Greta Thunberg as an opponent. Location, Twitter streets.
Oh man. It's
and the time, 1 second. 1 round.
But it is like but really think about this. Like, this is somebody who like went in front of government officials and made statements that are supposed to affect how we enforce public policy and what we're supposed to do with our lives. Well, they're not wrong about that. That is, we do live in a clown world.
Pokimane is supposed to do the same thing. If she's looking to legally combat online trolling, she's going to be presenting her ideas to legislative bodies.
What do you think that would be like?
Yes, we live in a clown world, but like I'm here for it.
Do you think they would allow her to do it digitally, like from a stream, like not make her go, or like maybe she
would they allow a VTuber to present points before Congress? It'll be the end of America, but maybe.
No, they bring the computer to Congress,
like that teacher in Ned's Declassified.
Yes, and they just bring the computer and then she just logs in and does it, and then it's beamed to all their screens, even though they're all in the same room. Mm-hmm. And then we can do that, and then we can stop bullying, and we can stop climate
ASMR
change
testifying before Congress.
Okay, as somebody who's not a huge fan of any type of government intervention, ASMR should be illegal. I'm just saying.
Yeah, especially on Twitch.
Legislate ASMR.
Some people said, wow, Greta Thunberg is out here body shaming Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Like very offended by that, very triggered.
Yeah.
I do think this was a decisive victory for Greta.
See, I don't think it's decisive. I think it's just a bit of like he should have just left.
You tried to start beef with a teenager on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then she ended the beef.
I think she's left.
What he should have done is purchase the domain getalife.com and then just like made it into this big shitpost website with a bunch of gifs of Greta Thunberg saying how dare you.
The internet is a dangerous place.
10 ways to worsen climate change. Number 1, buy a Bugatti.
Yes.
Number 2, eat red meat. Like he should have like bought that domain name and made some kind of shitpost out of it. But the video quote tweet was a bit of a mistake.
But even then, like any amount of time that it takes to respond, like a lot of the posts were pointing out, like, look, you took an hour for you to make this. That's an hour you spent doing it.
Whoever quote tweeted him took 5 seconds to do it.
Post and ghost.
Yeah.
And leave it and just
that was my strategy on TikTok.
That was like post and leave it be.
Yeah, if people get mad at you, what's the point in responding, especially in a long form video? I think it just makes him seem like he was bothered.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he had just left it be, it doesn't really matter.
You thought that Greta should have called him Tater Tot?
Yes.
She should have. Tater Tot. And then he's like super triggered and traumatized because he was bullied as like being, he was like called Tater Tot in school. And every time that he sees Tater Tots, he has like PTSD flashbacks.
I guarantee you he got called a Tater Tot as a kid. In fact, somebody could Photoshop like an Andrew Tate Tater Tot like logo.
And he's only capable of eating tater tots in complete privacy because otherwise someone is going to point out the double entendre.
The funny thing is I don't actually hate Andrew Tate. I know you hate Andrew Tate. I actually get a huge kick. I get a huge kick out of his like weird takes on random things. Like I don't like, he's a very well-spoken person, but I get a kick out of him like going like he's against like bottled soap. And he goes on this long diatribe as to why you should only use bars of soap.
No, I agree with some of his opinions. Not the bar of soap one, for sure. I'm anti-bar soap.
But he's also like, he has a long spiel about why he hates Apple Watches. And why he's like, I get a kick out of that because I imagine that there's a lot of people that have a similar thought, but just aren't as well spoken and don't know how to put it into words. Like,
he'll
why
just
they
like
hate
take a
something
really
like that.
principled stance on the randomest topic.
Yeah.
But I don't hate Andrew Tate, to be clear. I think that he's a bit of a laughingstock on the internet because obviously a lot of this is just a performance for him, and he knows how to like work the attention economy in his favor.
Yeah.
But then a lot of his fans are like think that he's serious.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, and they think of him as like a pinnacle of masculinity, which is like basically being a consumerist, buying as many cars as possible, smoking cigars, drinking whiskey.
Well, he's
like
that's a
talking
character.
about like I sleep with a lot of women. Yes, it's a character, but a lot of people buy it as like something laudable. Just like we were talking about Akon praising polygamy, and then there are a bunch of broke dudes saying like, yeah, this is so true.
But
like, you're not Akon
though.
I saw this one tweet that I mean, maybe this is taking it too seriously, but this tweet said, when you conceive of masculinity in terms of materialism, lacking spiritual progression or duties to others, you get this rather peculiar childishness that mistakes bravado for confidence, yet is clearly enslaved to worldly standards of wealth.
Yeah.
Like, I agree that he's kind of made a new iteration of like man cave and beer masculinism, like football and trucks, country music, almost masculinity.
It's like a different type of that. It's funny too. Our chat seems to be like there was like some pretty good divide here about like who took the L on this one, and I think
the real winners are us too, because we get to talk about it, but also and we get free content.
Aggressor, as somebody in the chat pointed out, aggressor usually loses. Like he loses because he like made it a thing. Yeah. She had a halfway decent teenager comeback, and then he chose to go further. If he had just left it be, nothing would have happened. Nothing would have came of this.
Yeah, I think that it was probably somebody that manages her account anyway, because her Twitter bio literally says autistic climate justice activist. I don't know why it's so important to let the whole world know that you have autism.
That's a thing now. Well, people love to define themselves by their limitations.
Yeah, but if you define yourself by your limitation on Twitter and then try to win a Twitter beef, you're already at a disadvantage.
Dustin says, I don't know, she reacted to his troll. Yeah, this is an interesting school of thought. I'm actually I'm one of those people, if people say negative stuff to me online, I don't respond, because you're giving them the reaction that they want in the first place. You can get one over on them some of the time, I guess, but it's like, why play into it at all? Mm-hmm. Right?
A lot of people are mad in the chat about my take.
Why?
I guess it's just that they think he's the top G.
Look,
and they're asking what color is your Bugatti.
I have, like I said, I enjoy how well spoken he is and how he manages.
I hate his accent.
She hates his accent, guys. She really.
I hate Greta's accent too, and I obviously am probably on the same page with Andrew Tate about what climate change activism is and how much of a scam a lot of it is, and the fact that Greta is an incredibly ignorant instrument of a kind of matrix.
Bjorg with pipe in the chat says, what are acceptable masculine interests, Mary?
I think that acceptable masculine interests.
I think they thought you were criticizing
I don't think that being into cars, beer, or any sports stereotypical things are unacceptable to have as masculine interests. I just think that shouldn't define masculinity, and we're so lost right now with gender dynamics. We're so confused as a society about what it means to be a man or a woman that a lot of gurus out there are trying to reduce masculinity or femininity down to things that you can buy and wear.
Well, yeah, it's like you said, all the world is a stage. So what you're doing is you show an amplified version of what you think that is to the world as part of a character that you're playing. And I do believe that for the good advice that he gives, some of the takes are cringe. He's portraying a bit of a character in a lot of respects, and those things are aspects of a character that define certain parts of masculinity, but certainly not all of them.
I think that this is in a way analogous to activists on the gender cult that think that femininity can be reduced down to wearing a skirt and lipstick and heels, and then you can be accepted into any female space.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in a different disguise.
Yeah.
Masculinity or femininity are not about your superficial interests, the clothes you wear, the food you eat, the sports you enjoy. Like, it's obviously something different than that. And I think that a lot of gurus, at least who are adjacent to Andrew Tate, try to reduce it down to appearances. And like superficially grandstanding on the internet. That's the point I'm trying to make. Not that it's unacceptable to like those things.
For sure. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.